So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is right now sitting at 116,750. And the good news is that finally Bitcoin has broken above $115,000, something that we wanted from Bitcoin to go and do. Now it is giving us a bit of a hope because today is the first day when we are seeing Bitcoin above $115,000 with one candle closing above this area. This is our first candle, but it's a big ass candle that has closed above $115,000. So this is one candle that we have it, and that pretty much gives us confidence that okay, now we can go towards 120. Like I have said previously, generally I use two candle concept, but as the range is so small and tight when it comes to Bitcoin 115 to 120, it's not that much room. I am going to rely on one daily candle closing. So finally we have seen one candle, and it's a very obvious closing above 115. So we are going to assume that as long as this holds, it doesn't go below 115. Of course, not more than a day. The only thing that we would expect from Bitcoin is to continue with the upward journey. And of course, our first target is going to be still the same thing, and that is $120,000. If we talk about Bitcoin on a smaller time frame, let's look at its chart. It is holding true from that perspective as well. And I mean, I'm covering Bitcoin pretty much on daily basis, so we have talked about this thing yesterday as well. Let's talk about it again. As you can see, Bitcoin was under this downward trend line, and finally it has started giving a breakout. This is on 4 hours, and our target is $120,000. And right now it's sitting at 116, 115 being our line of support. So from the perspective of support, it tried to hold on to it. At the same time, when we talk about the breakout from downwards perspective, it is true. From the area of target, it makes sense. From the top of the downward trend, it makes sense. So from all those perspectives, if you look at it, 120K, close to 120K is an area that I would say makes all kind of sense when we talk about Bitcoin's upward area and targets. When we look at the inflows of Bitcoin ETF, they're not that orgasmic. They're not that big. They are there, but they are like 30 million, 50 million, unless we see closing of today's ETF and tomorrow we see some kind of crazy inflow. But at least in the past 1 week, for 7 days, we have not seen anything nice. We saw some good amount of outflows, almost $1.1 billion, with a follow-up of like $30-50 million purchases every day. So let's see how this plays out. It's not that much of a move, 115 to 120, but I mean, that's the only thing that we can now talk about is going towards that. Of course, now if you want to talk about downward journey, first it needs to live below 115 for 1 day, then I can start talking about it. Our only option right now is to rely on the bullish side instead of the bearish side. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.